I was born in Newcastle, right next to Mr. Gebhardt, undertaker parlor.
And you lived on the same side of the streets in one of the row houses then?
I lived right next door where he built his undertaker parlor, on the east side of Delaware Street, at 6th and Delaware.
Right. And I want to hear how.
And I was born in 1887.
And what day?
Huh?
What day were you born on? What? It was July?
The 10th.
The 10th. Did you?
Yes, there were 6 of us children. There was 3 girls and 3 boys.
And tell me about your brothers and sisters.
Well, they're all dead now, but me, I'm the last one. I've lived longer than anyone in the family. Anyone in my mother's family, and everyone in my husband's family. I'm now 99 years old.
What was your maiden name?
Hewlett, Agnes Hewlett.
Hewlett.
H-E-W-L-E-T-T.
That's a Newcastle name too, isn't it?
Yes.
So, how did you meet your husband?
Well, he was a farmer, and I happened to meet him, I guess accidentally, on a boat ride.
You were on a boat ride?
Yeah.
Do you remember where?
Out in the Delaware River. They used to have boat rides them years. They used to come in and take excursion, you know, like up and down the Delaware River.
How old were you when you met your husband?
Well, I was about, I imagine, 16. Of course, I got married when I was 19. And I had one little boy. After we got married, we had one son, no more. He's dead now. He died when he was 71 years old. He had a heart attack. Well, not exactly. I lived there quite a while. My mother and father bought a home bought some ground down here in the country. We were the first people to move in the country. He bought 3 acres of ground, and he built a house on it. He built a 3-room house, a 3-story house. It had 12 rooms. It's still standing. And we 6 kids all was practically raised there.
Now, what did your father do for a living?
He was a carpenter, and a very good one.
Did he work right in Newcastle?
Well, at first he was worked out in the mills where he could draw a wage. So he worked out in what we call a flour mill out beyond Newcastle. It's not there now. And he used to walk to work every day and home again. He used to walk down the railroad track. Of course, the flour mill was on the other side of Newcastle. And he only made $15 a week. And he paid $15 in the building loan to pay for the house he built. Oh, yes. Later on, my father he worked for the DuPont people, and they sent him to Paris. And he was there for a year to demonstrate a button machine to make buttons. There were some of the little buttons in the edge of that chair there, but all size buttons. And he was in Paris, France, for a year to demonstrate that machine.
Did you get to travel as a child with him?
Oh, no. No, that was his work. That was his private work, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, we were talking about the house, so you moved out to the country.
It's the last country house standing. It's now 90, right now I'm 96, it's now 96 years old. And it still looks very good.
Yes, it does. I have to compliment you and your father on the beautiful work he did. Did he build it by himself, or did he have a crew?
Well, he had them days, if a man was going to build a house, they would help each other, the carpenters would. I think he had a brother and 2 or 3 of the men of the town. They helped each other to build their home. They didn't generally have a regular house builder them days that I knew of.
Now, did he come home for lunch when he worked at the flour mill, or did he stay there the whole day?
Stayed there the whole day. He stayed there the whole day. He carried his lunch.
And your mother stayed home then and took care of everybody?
And when I went to school, we had to carry our lunch. There were 6 of us. There's always 3 going at one time. Of course, and when the 3 older ones, we carried our lunch in a basket, and we set it on the windowsill in the schoolroom. And sometime the ants would get in. Sometime when it come time to eat it, we couldn't eat our lunch because the ants had got up. I'd gone way up almost to the 2nd floor and gone in our lunch box.
Where did you go to school in Newcastle?
Well, of course, you started in the 1st grade, and that was next to the church. Well, do you want to know that?
Sure, on the green, right?
On the green. That was next to that. Was the 1st grade. Everybody started there. Then you went from there, crossed on the 2nd grade, across the hall. Then after that, you went upstairs. You see, it was a 2-story building. And then when you graduated from there, you went over to the Arsenal building. Over there where the Arsenal is now. That used to be called, that was the high school. That was the high school.
Did you enjoy going to school?
Oh yes, but I didn't finish high school because I was taken ill during the summer. That I was in the 1st grade, 1st grade high, and I was taken very ill with typhoid fever, and it took me a long time to get over it, and therefore the doctors wouldn't let me go back.
Who was the doctor then? Do you remember his name?
Dr. Black. His tomb now is in a big cemetery, in the cemetery right next to in the Episcopal churchyard.
And you missed a year of school?
Huh?
You missed a year?
I missed a year. I never went back anymore. I never went back to school to finish it.
Did many people come down with typhoid fever?
Yes, it was an epidemic. Lots of people died. And my brother died. I had a brother 19 years old, and he died with it.